Hey everybody, it's Jade, the hostess of Erotic Talk Radio.
And I'm Tay Real, host of It's Real Talk Radio.
We want to welcome you to another segment of The Green Room with Jade and Tay. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we in here, segment 2. We back here, we back in the building.
Absolutely. So tonight we are going to be talking about if you would date a superficial. Would you date someone who's superficial? Are you yourself superficial? What do you think about that topic, Tay?
It's very interesting. I mean, I think this is something that definitely affects men more than women. The reason I say that is because, I think the proof is in the pudding. Women tend to be more into, fashion, having like a nice car, having like a nice crib. I think even when it comes to looks, like I think women even care more about that. Like, women are more picky. Like, to me, I personally, I think looks matter more to women. Cars, everything, style, flavor, like all of that stuff matters, definitely. So, yeah, I think it's something that definitely probably ties more. Like, men have to deal with superficial stuff, I think, superficial behavior more than women, in my personal opinion. Not to say women don't have to deal with it. You got some dudes that are superficial, too. You got a lot of dudes that are superficial. I mean, Jade, I'm sure, you've had some experiences with that before.
Yes. And so it's interesting because I want to talk about that tonight. It's interesting because it's more noticeable, I believe, with some men than it is with women. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, let's first of all, can we just be real for a second? Like, superficial people tend to be assholes. Like, I'm just gonna say it. Like, like a superficial person is typically not a person that you would. They are real annoying people. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just. It is what it is, man.
You think all of them are annoying though?
Yeah, you got some that's like, all right, she's a little superficial, but she's still like, she's funny and she's got more to her than just that. But superficial people tend to be people who base things on the surface. You know what I mean? So a superficial person, like, if I was trying to get at you, right? We both single. I'm trying to get at you, and I pull up on you, and I got a call. Let's say it's not like something that's straight from the dump, but it's just a regular, like, kind of like a hoopty, but it ain't too crazy.
It's a regular hoopty.
Like it might be
right.
like a 98 Chevy something. Looks like for it to be a 98, it's in pretty good condition, but it's nothing special about it at all. Like, no rims. It's just this 98 whatever. Chevy, Mazda, whatever. Like, it's just an older car. It's nothing impressive about it at all. And you looking, you turning your nose up, like, what is this? Like, I'm not riding in that. Like, nah, like
right.
I'm a queen. Like, I'm not about to be riding in this. Like, this is for peasants. Like, nah, I need to ride clean. I need to be riding in flavor. Like, like, if we gotta ride in this, I'm gonna just get an Uber. That is being superficial.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you think about that, it's kind of being an asshole too, but you're entitled to that. That's like, your prerogative. But those type of people, to me, are very annoying. Like, it would be extremely difficult. Like, actually, I take that back. I couldn't date someone like that. Like, could you date a superficial guy? Like, if you were single, could you date a superficial guy?
No, not if I knew he was. Because I feel like sometimes you don't know. You don't know that somebody is looking at you because of something. might be, and we had touched on this topic, somebody liking you because of the texture, the length, or the color of your hair. There's guys that like women with a certain length. There's guys that like women that's attracted to women with short hair. There's guys that are attracted to women with blonde hair. So you have this thing where you have this like. Does that make you superficial? We talk about the list. Like a lot of times we have this expectation of a person that it is our definition that this person is the perfect person for us based off of our mental list that we have of that perfect person. And for some people, it might be something dealing with appearance. Like I just used as an example, the hair, the length or the shortness of the hair, the color of the hair. Some people go off of that. The interesting thing is, why are they going off of that? Because you have some people that feels like, I'm going to date this person, and I know there's going to be some people that's going to come back at us hard for me saying this, but it's true. There are some people who's out there that's like, I want somebody with a nice brain of hair, because if I have a kid by this person, my kid's going to have good hair. Or the complexion has to be a certain kind of way, because if I have a child, like some people plan this, and does that make them superficial? They actually plan it based off of, you know what I'm saying, based off of their plan to have a child. And then there's some people who's just attracted to it. That's just them,
I think that's being superficial at its finest. Like, if you're basing it off of wanting your child to be handsome or cute or whatever, like, that's definitely being superficial. Definitely. Like, yeah, you are. Like, it's like, it's laughable to me, like, that, like, I would expect that type of behavior from a person, like, in high school. Well, keep this, Jay. Like, my personal opinion, if you're in high school, I understand it's expected. That's, you're a teen, you still, moral things tend to not matter as much when you're younger. When you're, like, 25, pushing 30 and over, and you're still basing your compatibility with somebody off of things like that, superficial things, it's almost like immature to me. Like, it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, you're entitled to that. Some people are immature. Some people are just, they just classless, like, or they're just, they just assholes or whatever. Like, some people are just like that. It is what it is. You got it. Hey, people are who they are, right? But it don't change the fact to me personally. You know what I mean? Like, I have nothing in common with someone who would base their happiness and compatibility on superficial things like nice car, clothes. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it's not supposed to matter at all. I'm saying, like, you won't give this guy a chance at all as soon as you see one thing, depending on what that one thing is. Don't get me wrong, it can't be too over the top. But like I was explaining, like that car scenario, like I'm not riding in that. Like, no, I'm not giving him a chance because of his car, or I'm not giving him a chance because he's 5'6", and I'm not dating a guy under 5'10". That's superficial too. Like, how do you know this ain't a great guy? And I know it goes both ways, but I am here to be the voice for the men. You know what I mean? And Jade, she got y'all. She holding y'all ladies down. I'm here to be the voice for the fellas. So I know it goes both ways. But as far as the fellas, I feel like we deal with that the most. Just because that's just the way it's designed. Like, that's the way the world is. Like, women are the more superficial beings. Like, I don't know if you can really, I mean, we can debate it, but I think it's an open and shut case, in my opinion.
You said you think it's an open and shut case.
Now, were you ever considered superficial? Like, did a guy ever tell you were superficial? Like, did you ever feel like at an earlier stage in your life you might have been superficial and you might have had to, like, grow out of it?
I might have had to grow out of it?
Yeah, I feel like, because, like, a lot of, like, young ladies and teenagers go through that stage.
The only thing, I think the only thing, and I've shared this with everybody, so it's not no secret, but I think that I was like, and see, for me, I call it a preference. So let me just say, in my defense, y'all, I call it a preference because I believe that we have a preference, and I believe that you're being straight superficial.
Oh my goodness!
But no,
that is the perfect deflection. That is the perfect deflection. That's what everybody says. That is the number one go-to move. No, it's a preference.
Well,
anybody can say that. It's my preference. That's all. That's what they do. That's what they do.
But I changed. So, okay, before I used to date darker complected men. I just thought it was just something about that dark coffee. I loved it. I loved that complexion. It was something that I was attracted to. I started dating my husband. We were friends, but my husband's really, really light skinned, so he was not in that list of what was the perfect appearance, look, you know, for me, you know what I mean? So it was like, even my friends said, oh, wow, you know, I didn't expect you to think this light-skinned guy that's tall and, you know, thick. So it just was a different kind of than what I used to date. So I went outside the box, but before, it was like the minute that I seen someone who was a lighter complected or just their hair was a different way or the style, it depends on whether there was an attraction there from the, you know, like the start, like not attraction but interest, because that's where it starts, is the interest that, okay, this person has some of the things that I like in my list that deals with appearance, that deals with body language, or, you know, we have to have something to work with, ladies. You know what I'm saying? So we try to go with, you know, the attraction and, okay, his job, and we just base it off of a lot of different things. And so our list becomes really a little out of range, I feel like, because I feel like sometimes we cut ourselves short and we get this list of expectations that causes us to be in kind of sticky situations and relationships because we don't allow ourselves, well, if that perfect man is there standing right in front of you and he does not match up to this mental list that we have, which makes us superficial, then we don't see that good that's in front of us. So, you know, you lose out being superficial. You lose out having this expectation for some things. There are things that we start doing as women that already is like, no, I'm not interested. And so you don't go beyond that point to see that he is a good man. That's why I said earlier, sometimes there could be that man that's looking you right in your face, that perfect man, and we bypassed it because we have this crazy list that we have created so long ago, and in our mind of that perfect man, we have not gone in to mentally edit that shit. You understand what I'm saying?
That is so true.
So that's what tends to happen.
I noticed that. So when women do tend to do that, that's facts right there. And you know what? That's a perfect segue, right? Because tomorrow on my show, it's Real Talk Radio, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be talking about how to identify when a woman is interested. How to identify when a woman is interested. Jade is going to come on and be my special guest co-host for the night, and we're going to talk about this, and we can kind of pick right up from where we're leaving off, because that's like a perfect segue, you know, because how to approach a woman. You know, a lot of times a woman is looking you up and down like, no, you know what I mean, before you even open your mouth. So it's interesting, like trying to figure out how to pick up on the body language, you know, the energy, you know, kind of like little hints and little things to pick up on. Sometimes it's a hint that she wants you to holler. Sometimes it's a hint that she wants you to stay as far away as possible. And, you know, as usual, Jade is going to be the voice for the ladies. I'll be the voice for the fellas. And, you know, the whole goal is to try to figure this thing out and better understand each other so we can have better relationships moving forward. And Jay, what do you have going on with Erotic Talk Radio this week?
We're going to touch on something similar to what we're talking about tonight, but we're going to dig a little deeper, and we're going to do some Q&A because we have some people that had some questions on last show, and we like to answer them live on air in case anyone else has the similar questions. So we're going to make it fun.
Can we get an example of what one of those questions are? Kind of let the people know what to kind of expect.
Oh, okay. So we have someone who he is actually in a relationship. He's married. He's married, and his wife and him are living separate lives, but in front of their children, they are appearing like they're married and everything is happy and good. But his wife is with someone. She is happy with the person that she's with. And he basically doesn't know what to do. He's staying there because he wants to be with his kids. He doesn't want to get a divorce. They've been together so long. So we're going to answer two of his questions that he has Thursday night. I'm going to say tomorrow night.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Thursday night. Yeah.
Wow, y'all got to tune in for that. That's interesting right there. Let them know the call-in number, all the show information. How can they catch Erotic Talk Radio live in real time?
Okay, so they can go to blogtalkradio.com/Erotic Talk Radio. You can call in at 718-766-4008 and hit option 1. And, check us out that way.
And what time is that you're going to be airing on Thursday?
It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm sorry, you guys.
Had to make sure we got that in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and but It's Real Talk Radio. You can go to itsrealtalkradio.com, or you can go to blogtalkradio.com/TayReal. And as far as calling in to listen live, because you can call in and listen live, and if you want to actually speak, you press 1. But just to listen by phone, just call in 347-838-9540. Press 1 if you want to speak. If we have time, we'll bring you in. We might take some callers if we have time, depending on how things flow. Also, the links to these shows will be put in the description of this video, because when this is uploaded, it will probably be sometime Tuesday. But we record on a Monday, so we're recording right now on a Monday, but then we upload it probably tomorrow, probably uploaded, which will be Tuesday, and then my show will air on Tuesday. Even if you missed the live show, you can just click that link, and you'll still be able to hear the entire show. The same thing with Erotic Talk Radio. If you missed the live show Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, all you got to do is click the link that's going to be in the description of this video, and you'll still be able to hear the entire discussion. Our goal is to bring dialogue and basically have roundtable discussions that, men and women alike can relate to, and, coffee shop, bar, locker room type discussions. And we're just going to try to figure this thing out, better understand each other so we can have better relationships moving forward. That's our goal here on The Green Room with Jade and Tay.
All right.
Catch y'all next week.